can wait because the first updates will come at 1:50. I just have to check if it's gonna be available when the first updates are gonna come. Maybe it's gonna be a stress. ¿Cómo te sientes al traer?
keep it the right way. Good afternoon, everybody. This is hi. Good afternoon, everybody. We're live on our new YouTube channel from the event center in Madrid for the European Championships. My name is Chris Kitchen. I'm Vice President of Europe Triathlon, and I'm here today just to interview a few people when they come over the finish line, and also interview a few personalities. And so the first important person that I want to the first person I want to introduce is Renato Bertrandi. So Renato Bertrandi, if you'd like to come through. This is Renato Bertrandi. He's the president of Europe Triathlon. And Renato, I just want to ask you a few questions about the event. What is the importance of the event to the European Championships to Europe Triathlon?
Well, first of all, thank you, Chris, for the invitation. Well, the European Championship are the most important race that we have in our race calendar. It's a race that gives Olympic points, so it's so important for our athletes in this qualification period to have the possibility to race in Europe and not to go around the world to collect qualification points. We have 37 national federations, a number close to that, maybe one more, one less, but it's a huge presence from our national federation, and I am really happy about that. I'm sure that we will witness, we already did this morning with the para, but also with the age groupers that are just finishing their races now, and tomorrow with the elite, fantastic races.
Thank you, Renato. And in terms of the event itself and the branding around the events and the new branding that Europe Triathlon is trying to put forward, what's your opinion of the new Follow the Stars branding?
Well, the question, of course, yes. I mean, we have been working so much around this that we spend so much time in trying to fine-tune all the things, and I'm really impressed about the outcome. And I really hope that our triathletes that are viewing those championships could appreciate what we did.
Thank you. And a little bit about your own career in triathlon. Where did you start triathlon, and what was your favourite race?
Well, I really feel an old triathlete. I have on my shoulder about 250 races. I started doing that in 1990. And, well, I was part of the World Championship in Lausanne, I think back in 91 or 92. Then I almost took part of all the European Championships. And even if it's not under the European Triathlon umbrella, if I have to choose my most iconic race, I would say Kona in 1994.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and where you're part of a big club in Italy?
Oh yes, I'm very proud of it. I mean, I eat triathlon, I sleep triathlon, all my family is involved in triathlon. So I'm still the president of my Turin Triathlon Club in Italy, and we organize since 23 years an historic race that we have in Turin. And well, there is not much international attendance, but it's a well-known and well-established Italian race.
Okay, thank you very much, Renato. It's a pleasure to see you, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. We're following the moment. We're following the arrival screen, and with no one in there yet, but we're expecting them any second, and so we may stay with that camera for a while whilst we're waiting for the first people to come through, and then we get some more people to interview.
Durante varias temporadas, Copas del Mundo, y en este 2023 pues celebrando también este Campeonato de Europa de Triatlón. Podemos ver en el arco la distancia entre los dos primeros competidores, Marcos García de Paz y César Pereira. En este paso por la vuelta 4, diferencia de 56 segundos.
Okay. Okay, just for information, we were a little bit late on the streaming today, and the reason for that is that we had to turn the event into a duathlon. Unusually for Madrid, has experienced quite a lot of thunderstorms and a lot of rain, and the rain has disturbed the water quality, and so we had to change it to a duathlon first thing this morning, which is a little bit disappointing for the athletes, but it's the safety is the paramount concern, and we got them onto the duathlon, so they started with a run, and then they're doing their bike, and then they'll finish with the run. And yeah, and I'm looking around now to see, but the technical delegate is hoping. I'm hoping him to be able to interview him shortly, and he's going to be here shortly. But I'll leave you with some more images of the finish line, because I believe there's somebody going to be finishing fairly shortly. We've just cut through to some images of the para race this morning, and so you'll be seeing that on the screen just now.
Y atención, porque ahora sí parece que ya está preparado. Ahora sí le vemos en el campo haciendo la última curva, dirigiéndose hacia este arco de meta. Aquí en mitad de la casa de campo vamos a tener ya el primer campeón de Europa de Triathlon Madrid 2023 en grupos de edad. Señoras y señores, fuerte aplauso para el campeón, medalla de oro, el grupo de
We have somebody going through the arrival. Yeah, we have the first athlete coming through finish line now, and he's from the host nation, Spain, which is fantastic. And he's the first age group athlete. It's Garcia. I can see he's getting kisses from his family. Renato Bertrandi is going to congratulate him. He had a fantastic race, and he looks very good still. He looks as though he could go around again. He's now being hugged by the mascot. And he's a long way ahead of anybody else, so he's done really well in his age group. And just for those who don't know triathlon, we have the second athlete arriving too. But just those who don't know triathlon, we have 5-year age bands. And so these guys are competing in their 5-year age bands. And we have the first athlete. Yeah. We have the first athlete who's just going to get a drink, and then he's going to come over and I will interview him.
de 50 años. Enhorabuena, César.
So congratulations, please come and take a seat. And first of all, please tell me your name and your country. We can see it's Spain, but tell me your name and your country.
I am from Spain. My name is Marcos García de Paz, and this is my first champion Europe for triathlon, and this is the champion. This is fantastic.
And was it a problem for you changing from the triathlon to duathlon?
Transition is my I don't know the name in English. The helmet is changed the bicycle, and don't see and other run, don't see other run, finish.
So you woke up this morning expecting a triathlon, and you got to the race and had a duathlon.
Sorry.
You were expecting a triathlon today, and then got to the race and it was a duathlon.
I race is the first in Europe. I have the triathlon in 3 years ago.
And you're a star for your nation. And where do you train? What part of Spain are you from?
Sorry, that's my.
What? Oh, what area of Spain? What town in Spain are you from?
Here in Madrid, and I live in the Bailén Street. It's in the Real Palace. And this is my area for training.
So this is your local race.
Yes.
And do you have all your family and friends here today?
And my family. This is my father.
Your father's here.
Yeah.
Let's Senor. Does he speak any English?
No, he's no speak English.
And now we now have him joined by his father, and he may say a few words in Spanish.
Muy bien, muy contento de tener un hijo a esta edad. Puedo estar aquí a felicitarle.
He's very happy. He's very happy to see his son come home, and so thank you very much. And we'll see if we can now get another person. So thank you very much and congratulations.
César.
Yo here? Yeah.
No, yo creo eso.
No hat. Take the hat.
No, las tapas están súper mal. Tú llevas las mismas.
Entonces, ponte aquí, que vamos a la tele.
Traduce si...
Do you speak English?
English or Spanish? But
Okay,
English is a little...
A little difficult. Okay, well let's start in English, and then maybe Danny can do some Spanish as well. And we now have our second athlete into transition area, and another one from Spain. But tell us your name and where you are from.
Nombre y de dónde eres.
Okay, my name is César Pereira. I'm from Spain, from Madrid. This is my home. I know the circuit perfectly. With closed eyes, I can do it, and it's a pity because I'm swimmer, and the first 5 kilometers for me was dead.
And was it a problem for you changing from a triathlon to a duathlon?
Yeah, because I'm my
swimmer.
Yeah, my best segment is, and normally I used to escape and go away in the bike, and normally nobody catch to me. And it's a pity because the first 5 kilometers in the bike is not for me very good. I could escape, but the problem is in the second run, absolutely dead. Was difficult for me.
And is it a steep course for people who are viewing? They've never been to Madrid. Is it hilly? Is it very hilly?
Es muy con muchas subidas el circuito de bici para la gente que venga.
Maybe, but it's not hard because the ¿cómo se dice desnivel?
The up and down ay, ¿cómo hago así?
It's not really hard. Okay, the clip, but I think it's hard a little bit, but the perfect because it's very good for the draft. It's very plain. Normally the people, you know, and here the good cycle a little more.
Fantastic, perfect. And this is your training ground. You train around here?
Normally no. Normally I swim in obvious in the swimming pool. The bike I used to do my bike in indoor, absolutely all. And maybe one day at 2 weeks go to the street because for me it's easier and for my horarios.
The horaries. Chris, he's model and he make a lot of spots in TV and his horaries very difficult for the train. So he is very difficult to train in the bike, and she trained the bike at home in the.
And I used to come back at home maybe very late and traveling all the time. And for me, it's easier in home. Maybe, thank you. 10 o'clock maybe, and go in my pain cave.
That is amazing. You do most of your training on the bike indoors. That's incredible, incredible. Well, congratulations.
I think it's easier to do the workouts, for example. In the street it's difficult because maybe the traffic or I don't know, it's difficult. You cannot to do a train clean, you know, and maybe stop and it's better. And the fondo, you know, in the street. Maybe 4 or 5 hours, go.
Congratulations and thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have another person coming for an interview. Oh, we have somebody from Great Britain.
Hi there.
And congratulations on your
you.
finish. So tell us about tell us who you are, your name, and whereabouts you're from.
Yeah, so my name's Damien. I'm from England, West Yorkshire. So the hills on the bike today were okay because we're used to it where I'm from. But yeah, it was a good race. Shame about the swim, but I from a running background, so the running helps. 2 legs of the run, so that helps.
Fantastic. Well, I'm from West Yorkshire as well,
Right.
from where I was brought up, so I know the and as well.
Right.
But where do you train? Do you train on the hills a lot? And what's your average week?
Yeah, and yeah. So a lot of it's on the hills. I live on top of a hill, so wherever I go, if I go down, I've got to climb back up. So that's with the running and with the biking. So the week, normally swim 4 days a week, and then run 3, bike 3. And try and have Friday as just a swim day, and then nothing else for the day.
And do you have a job as well?
Yes. Yep. So yeah, it's got to be fitted in around the job. So it's early swims, and then during the winter it's in the garage on the bike, and then summer out when the weather's like this. So it's great.
And how about your family? Do they ever see you?
Yeah. So my wife's here. She does triathlon as well, so she's hoping to try and qualify for next year. But she prefers the longer distance, the 70.3s, whereas I prefer this sort of distance, Olympic and sprints preferable.
Fantastic. She was on the sidelines shouting for you today.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's a triathlon divorcee, presumably.
Yeah. She's here at the moment taking pictures. But yeah, she does triathlons as well. So she's got 70.3 coming up, and I've got an Olympic distance over in Chester. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, what is it like being married to a nation star?
It's so exciting, and it's like he really is inspiring, and I'm so proud of him. It's just wonderful to watch, and I love cheering him on.
Well, that brings tears to my eyes. So well done. And so we hand back to you, and I think we're watching. What are we watching? We're the start. We started. Okay, yeah. Sorry, we're starting. We're reviewing the start from this morning, so we've switched over to the start. And I think I have another interviewee. So well done. Thank you very much.
11th position in your age group. Congratulations, Mark.
Bonjour, ça va?
We do it in English? Or
We do it in English,
In
please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, my French isn't very good, so English is better for
my
me.
English is not that good.
Ah, well, you're very good. So I've got another competitor with me who's just finished. Okay, ready to go. Got it. I have another competitor. Yep, I'm ready. I have another competitor with me today who's from. France. And introduce yourself to the people watching. We're live on the YouTube channel, so introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Yeah, so I'm French. I'm 54 years old this year, and normally I'm racing mostly long course, but because I was supposed to race in Ibiza recently, and I got food poisoning, and I didn't get cleared for the race. So I was very disappointed because it was a long-term preparation for me, and my federation managed to get me a slot at the European Champ here. So I was really happy. A bit disappointed it was a duathlon, but I mean, this is my 34th years in triathlon, and we know that it never really goes as expected. So sometimes we have to, when as you say in English, I think is when life throw you lemon, you do lemonade, right?
And so you've been your 34th year in triathlon. That's fantastic. What was your first race?
My first race was actually in 1989 in Orléans, south of Paris. I was in the army at the time, and I mean it was a long time before internet and all that stuff. So you had like flyer for triathlon who was advertised, and I finished second from last, and I was hooked, and I never looked back. And I managed in 2019 to have an age group world title in Pontevedra, and for me I was not a sporty kid when I was young, and it was a big adventure.
Okay,
yeah.
And in terms of age group racing, you prefer the long distance, but you do European championships and other European races.
It's like food. Despite I'm vegan, but I eat everything when it's racing time. So I've been a double Ironman world champion, and I've been this winter I was a winter triathlon. I was third in a Shea company in Norway. So I've been racing duathlon, winter triathlon, long course, but I would say I got more taste for the long things, and I've done 43 Ironman, I think, or something like that. But I love to race pretty much everything, because I think this is the essence of triathlon, and you have people, and I love racing the ITU race, because you have all these age grouper, and they are very much put in front, and it's very inspiring to see this guy. And like this morning was actually we could witness the para-tri. It was the first time, even if Cyril Viennot, the guy for the French team, is a friend of mine, but I never managed to see firsthand this guy. And looking at everything they organize in transition, I mean, I saw a girl, she was running with her prosthetic, and it was just, this is, despite being in a triathlon for so long, this is, we don't have the feeling of that. We can't understand how hard is it for this guy, and long live the ITU races, anything, because it's very good. It's still affordable in terms of price, and it's very encouraging to see all young people, all the nation, and running for our nation. It's also not an occasion we have very often. So.
And you said you were a vegan. When did you turn to be a vegan?
It's almost 10 years ago now, and it was not about diet, it was more about an ethical choice. I've been on this planet for 54 years, and we've seen the change. I mean, when I was at school, we can already hear talking about climate change, and today we still have people denying it. And we love animals. Part of my income is given back to a lot of charity. We have 6 dogs that we save from different shelters, yeah, so animals are part of here. I mean, we have to live in balance with everything, and I never felt better. I mean, in my body and in my mind. So I mean, it's good. And if we can encourage anybody to do that, just reduce your meal by like 1 meal a day, or a week, or even a month. It's going to be a massive change for them and for the planet.
Yeah, thank you. And no problem. My pleasure. And you also said you do a lot of training, obviously, for triathlon. And do you have a job as well?
Yeah. I'm not so old to be retired. I used to have a company in Asia that I sold, and I took a small part of my retirement for a few years, and we made some Airbnb with my wife. And now I'm working as a lifeguard.
Is your wife here today to see you race?
No, sadly she's not, but I believe she's in front of the camera. And I have a little one which is 14 years old soon, and he's much more talented than I am. So maybe, and he's 14, so hopefully in a few years we will be able to race this kind of race together. And this is everything I'm waiting for.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, blow a kiss to your wife and say hello to your family.
Hello. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. We have another athlete who's just come in. Hello. Do you only speak Spanish? Okay. In which case, I will hand it over to.
Pues ahora vamos a hablar un poco en español, porque estamos, ¿cuál era tu nombre?
José Núñez.
Con José Núñez. José, ¿cómo ha sido esta carrera? ¿Qué tal ha sido estar aquí en Madrid? ¿De dónde eres? ¿Qué edad tienes y en qué grupo de edad has corrido?
Tengo 54 años, soy de aquí de Madrid, conozco este circuito bastante bien, he entrenado aquí bastante, pero bueno, siempre como nos esperábamos que iba a ser un triatlón, pues al final el agua parece ser que te fatiga menos y el duatlón pues se te hace un poquito más duro. El segundo segmento de carrera a pie vas con mucha fatiga, se nota en la carrera primera.
He visto que están por ahí tu mujer y tu hija, que yo creo que son esas señoritas que vemos por allí. Es un gusto correr aquí en casa porque pueden estar contigo y acompañarte.
Y sobre todo que te dan el ánimo, esa fuerza que al final te falta, pero viéndolas ahí animándote, pues te da esa fuerza extra para poder terminar. Sí.
¿Qué supone a un deportista popular el poder competir en el mismo escenario en el que compiten los élites y además llevar la ropa y los monos los mismos que ellos? Pocos deportes pueden permitir este lujo.
Pues eso es una de las ventajas que tiene el triatlón, que te puedes medir y puedes hacer los mismos circuitos que hace la élite y al final pues eso te satisface más, es una forma de sentirte más élite, digamos, aunque seamos grupos de edad y seamos deportistas populares, porque como esto sabes, pues entrenamos lo que podemos, lo que la familia nos permite, lo que el trabajo te permite y al final pues es un esfuerzo que hacemos extra para intentar estar en estos eventos.
¿Quieres decirle a tu mujer y a tu hija que se acerquen un segundito? Mira, esta es su hija. ¿Qué tal ha corrido papi? Bien. ¿Quién es papi? ¿Es el mejor del mundo? Sí. ¿Y qué tal? ¿Te gusta que papá haga deporte y que haga triatlón?
Sí.
¿Y tú vas a hacer algo de deporte alguna vez? ¿Sí?
Sí.
Pues venga, saluda a la cámara. ¡Ole!
Ya he empezado a hacer de carreritas y duatlones.
Muchas gracias por todo.
Muchas gracias
¿vale?
a vosotros.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
No problem. Do you speak English? Okay, perfect. Thank you. And we've brought you here. We're live on the YouTube channel, and so it'd be great to hear a little bit about you. So maybe you can tell me your name and your background in terms of where you're from and where you train. And
okay, my name is Manuel Vallejo. I have been training triathlon for 10 years. And I have a manager which is called Carlos Santamaria, which is leading me. And today really happy because the running was a lot of trees, a lot of shadow. The bike was a lot of climbing as well, so it was tough and fast at the same time. And I appreciate the decision of cancelling the water because I raced here 2 weeks ago and I had a stomach pain. That was because of the water. So probably they have cancelled that because it has a bacteria or something. And that's all I can say, my friend.
And so do you live locally? I didn't hear.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I live here in Madrid.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
So for me it was.
Do you have family and friends?
Yes, they're around there.
They're around on the course. Okay.
Yes.
And, well, thank you, and well done on your event. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is your finish line. Nos llega también Yolanda Mir, primera clasificada, campeona de Europa. Yolanda, felicidades.
We're just waiting now for somebody else.
Y después nos llega también Manuel Fernández Aceña, duodécimo en este grupo de más 55 masculino. Linda Russell from Britain. Linda in the plus 65.
Okay, so you've been having a look at quite a lot of replays of the event this morning with people on the initial bike and the initial run with people on the bike as well, and I think we're getting the first females arriving into the finish line as well. So I'm just looking over my shoulder to see when we can get somebody, and we're also hoping to have an interview with someone else fairly shortly when we can find someone.
Venga, más llegadas. Llega Jesús Alberto Alonso, sexto clasificado en su grupo de la
Congratulations. Do you speak English?
A little bit.
A little bit. Take a seat. So we now have the first female athlete through the finish line. So congratulations on your race. Would you be able to give us your name? And we know you're from Spain, but tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I don't speak a lot of English. I'm very happy and I want to dedicate the win to Edu, a friend of my team that died this year, and he likes very much to be here.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, and that is a beautiful dedication, and it's great to hear that you ran the race for him. And where are you local? Do you live in Madrid?
No, I'm from Valencia.
Valencia?
Yes.
Tell me. How much training do you do? How much?
12 hours per week.
12 hours per week. Okay, fantastic. And is your family here today?
Yes, my husband and my daughter.
And can you show the medal to the camera? And can you say to the camera, can you say something to the camera to anybody who might be looking at you on the camera who knows you? Just say hello and how are you?
Hello, Correcaminos. Thank you very much to my trainer, Nacho Martinez, and to my husband, Alfonso, and to my daughter, Judith.
I see you have a graze on your shoulder. Did you come off the
down by bicycle? Yes.
But you're okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
From Austria, congratulations, David Levison. Welcome to the finish line. Más llegadas, Juan Antonio Bruzón.
And that was the first lady through, first female through, and we're looking around to see if there's another. Quite a lot of athletes now. I'm actually in the recovery area of the, just beyond the finish line. I'm in the recovery area, and I can see behind the cameras there's loads of athletes getting a drink, getting some massage, getting some TLC, and it's a very busy finish area. We now have somebody in the finish line with their flag, with the Union Jack coming through the finish line, and we have somebody else now that we're going to interview from Poland. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you. you're live on our YouTube channel, and so I want to ask you a few questions. But you speak English, okay? A little bit. Thank you, because I don't speak Polish, so I'm sorry. But could you give us your name and whereabouts in Poland that you are from?
My name is Piotr Kalinowski. I'm from the city of Włocławek, which is situated in the heart of the country.
And are you aware of the race in Krakow coming soon?
Yes, I heard that European Olympiad is going to be organized there.
Are you going to go to see it, or is it too far from home?
No, it's too difficult to trying to compete in triathlon and to be a spectator in events like that.
And are you a member of a club in Poland?
Yes, I am.
What is the name of the club? We can.
Szymanowski Triathlon Team.
And how many people are in the club?
About 40 people.
And how often do you train? Do you train together a lot?
Usually not. We are from different parts of the country, so we get the training written down via internet, and everyone trains by himself.
And what about the race today? Was it tough with the weather getting hotter?
I was very disappointed because of swim was. There was no swimming. I'm a swimmer, so this is my strongest discipline. After all, it was great. The run was in the shadow, so it wasn't so hot.
Okay, good. And so you think you would have done better if it had been a proper triathlon?
Certainly.
And what is your next race? What races have you got planned for the season?
I have a couple of races in Poland, and I have World Champions in Hamburg in June.
Fantastic! It's great to see you doing all the Europe Triathlon and the World Triathlon races. So congratulations, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
Hi.
Yes, please. Paddy, lovely to see you. I'll see you there tomorrow. We've now got a replay. I'm not quite. Could I have another person to interview, and so if you could tell me your name and where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Deirdre Deegan, and I'm representing Ireland.
And whereabouts in Ireland are you from?
Dublin.
You're a dub.
Yeah. Dub.
Yeah. A dub through and through.
A very tired dub.
And what about the race? Have you come with a big team, or is a?
No, the team is actually small enough from Ireland. Yeah, there's about 30 of us.
Okay, and what is the support like for your team?
It's been amazing. Well, I'm here with family, so it was just really great. It kept you going on the course to hear people shouting for everyone.
And who's the family that you've brought with you?
My mum and my daughter, my eldest daughter. Yeah. Yeah, my mother's a cyclist, so it felt only right that I bring her.
Fantastic. And what was the best part about the race?
Oh, well, it would have been the swim, I think, if it had went ahead. If I'm really honest, I don't know how prepared I was for a run-bike run. But look, I mean, it's beautiful. The course is lovely, so it was just a case of getting on with it.
And the atmosphere, what's the atmosphere like?
Well, the atmosphere is electric. Yeah, it makes it. Yeah.
And whereabouts do you train when you're at home in Dublin?
Well, I'm a sea swimmer, so I train in the sea. Yeah, don't use the pool a whole lot if I'm honest. And then after that, yeah, it's mostly outdoor training. Like we wouldn't really be indoors on tracks as such, you know. Yeah.
So you get out onto the Wicklow Mountains and.
Not always Wicklow. I'm from the North County Dublin, and the North County Dublin has a multitude of hills. There's no shortage of hills. So as I say, we come alive on them.
Yeah. You're out in Howth all the time instead.
Yeah, but that bike course was tough. It was actually tough. It was more. Yeah, I felt it was. It was draggy. You know, they were sneaky little hills. There was no real gradient out there, but you felt them. I've certainly felt them in my legs anyway.
So it zapped the legs. They were just gentle rises that were.
down, and then you got the break on the downhills where you could just kind of relax. Maybe I relaxed too much. We'll see.
And thank you very much for coming along. So thank you, and glad you enjoyed your race. Well done. I'm now being joined by the technical delegates for the event, Duncan Hoff. But Duncan, tell us a little bit about the event and the logistics of putting an event like this on.
The Spanish Federation should be really praised for putting the event on. Yeah, to be able to get something like the Casa de Camper, to be able to close it all down with a bike. Yeah, it's a phenomenal bike course. Anybody who goes down on that bike course, one, it's a tough course, but it is beautiful. Yeah, it goes past some really nice suburbs as well. So yeah, they should be really credited for putting on the event that they've done. It's beautiful for a lot of the athletes. Yeah, and they brought the weather with us as well. What else could we ask for?
How many technical delegates are here making the race happen?
So I'm one of three. So there's myself, there's Eric and Louis from Spain. Obviously Eric is from Greece. So we're all looking after different areas. So Eric is looking after the para event, I'm looking after the elite event, and then myself and Eric are splitting the age group races between us. So yeah, it's good. It's part of a teamwork. Yeah, with an event this big, you can't do it all on your own. So you've got to have that good communication. And Louis, he's looking after the sort of run operations, etc., bike operations, because being Spanish speaking, yep, he can communicate with them far better than we can. I struggle with English, let alone with Spanish.
And tell me, do you get paid for this job?
I don't. I'm a volunteer. Yeah, so I actually pay to do this job half the time. So yeah, no, it's for the love of the sport. But again, when a day like this, yeah, it's worth every penny.
So you get a real buzz from just being here, and
look, the atmosphere from the athletes, the atmosphere from the paras this morning was just fantastic. Yeah, they were all really pleased with the event that they had delivered. You know, yes, it's a duathlon as opposed to the triathlon, but again, with the adverse rain that we had over the last couple of days, we didn't have much choice for today. You know, obviously things are changing, but you know, the athletes actually had a great time. I've not heard one athlete have anything bad to say about it. They've really enjoyed it. The course is a real challenge and a good test for them. So as far as they were concerned, the first person past the line was the deserving winner, and every athlete thought the same. So that's great.
Okay, thank you. And I know you're very busy, so I'll let you get on, Duncan. But thank you very much for the insight of the behind the scenes.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Am I done, or shall I do another?
The Irish flag is now flying the finish line. Dominic Clark, congratulations. Good job, Dominic. Time for Mark Wilby and Florey Briggs from the
Second and third.
Second and third.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Come and take a seat. And so, do you speak English a little bit?
If you speak slowly, it's okay for me.
Okay, perfect. And so, both of you tell me your name and your country and whereabouts in the country you're from and the position in the race.
Sure. I'm Ali Troutmansdorf. I'm in the 50 to 54 category. I come from around Epping Forest, just north of London, and yeah, I'm delighted to be here. Really good. Excellent.
Fantastic. Well, you do not look. Oh, well done. You do not look that 50 to 54, so fantastic. It's triathlon. Yeah. Triathlon takes the age up, you see. Yeah, it keeps you young. And your name and whereabouts are you from in France?
Okay, I am Elisabeth Ricot from France, Saint-Nazaire. It's in the west of the France. I'm 50, and it's the first standard race for me. I went to Ibiza and win in my age group 3 years ago. So
fantastic. And just have you brought family and friends with you today?
Absolutely. My partner Ian is here. He's probably done a half marathon. He tends to run around the course. And I said, what have you been up to? And he said, I've done 8 laps. I've done a half marathon. So he's probably worked harder than me.
And how about you?
My husband is in the race. Yes, the following, because the start was at midday, so I am waiting for him.
I thought he was following you because you were faster.
No, I'm sure the start was 1 hour after me.
Was it a problem for you that it was a duathlon?
Well, I'm a runner, so I was secretly quite happy, so the results show, I think.
It was very hard for me to run and bike after, because I'm not trained. Trained is good. Yeah, for duathlon. So it was a surprise, but it's okay. It's a very nice area. Yeah, very nice. Sorry about my English.
No. And the atmosphere, what about the atmosphere from the people around the course?
Fantastic, and it was really important because actually normally the run is the other way round. You normally run your 10 and then your 5, so that was the difficult way round. So it was good to have support.
One more question, just to remind me again of the positions that you came. You were, what position were you?
Second place.
And third place.
Fantastic. Congratulations in the same age group. Fantastic, and thank you very much for your time. Say hello to all your family and friends. You're on live TV. So.
Thank you.
Okay. We're now just seeing some people very proud with raising their arms, coming through the finish line. Some of them are waving their flags, and we now have a very famous figure in front of me who's joined me for a short interview, and it's Rob Burrell. But Rob, maybe you could just introduce yourself and tell us where you're from, and then we can talk a little bit about your history and some of the events that you've done.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm Rob Burrell from the Netherlands. I did my first triathlon in 1982, so that's over 40 years ago. It's unbelievable. Then I went on, and the European Union were created, and I did the first triathlon European Championships in Immenstadt in 1984. I won that one, and then the 3 ones after that I also won them. I got second in the 3 ones after that, so in total I have 8 European Championship titles and 20 podiums on European and World Championships. And I think my biggest success was maybe not to win, but to participate when I was 42 years old in the Olympic Games in Sydney. I still look back at that as one of my biggest achievements.
And that must have been a fantastic experience, and it would have brought a lump to your throat in being there on the start line. Tell us what that was about.
Yeah, exactly. It was the first time that triathlon was in the Olympic Games, and I was so happy to be able to make it at that age. And it was, well, Australia is a perfect country for any sport, but for triathlon in particular. And it was a big success. There were so many people there watching and cheering under the Sydney Bridge and the Opera House in the background. And still you had to focus on your race, so you had mixed emotions of complete impressed by the whole atmosphere, and then focus on your own performance. But it was great to be there.
Fantastic, and I love the way you say I came first in that, and I came first in that. You are a member of the Hall of Fame, I believe, and you've been put into the World Triathlon Hall of Fame. So tell us about that, and what was that experience like?
Yeah, well, of course you don't do your sport to gain you gain titles, but not anything else than that. But to get after your career, to get rewarded for acknowledged for all the things you have done in the sport, it's really nice. Yeah.
And what advice would you give to the young you? you know, the young you when you first came along, what sort of advice would you give somebody your age starting out and when you started out?
Well, in the first place, I would say go for a long-time career. Don't go for short-term success, because that's when you're young. It's very challenging to win in a junior category or in a youth category. But in the end, you will be at your best when you're 25, 26, 30, and so try to extend your career longer than just being a junior or a youth athlete, and stay in one piece. Enjoy what you're doing. You never know where you end up. I didn't dream of being a world champion at all, and I finally got it in 1994. So it's just
keep going and achieve your dreams.
Keep going and keep enjoying it. Yeah.
What about this race? I mean, are you all the age groupers? Are you impressed with the age groupers that are here?
Oh, yeah, especially they're all looking so fit and motivated, and it's really well. I would like to race again today, but I think it's better not to at the moment, just to give your body a little bit of rest.
What does the rest of today have for you? Will you be giving out medals later?
I don't know. I'm here to do anything they ask me to do. I'm just enjoying being experiencing the athletes, the race, watching what's happening. It's just great to be here. Beautiful weather, beautiful city, Madrid. What else can you want? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Rob. It's an inspiration to see you here. It's always good to meet you again, and thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Bye, Chris.
Hello. How are you? Take a seat. Take a seat, please. You've had a long race, so you can have a rest. So again, I've been asking everybody to give me their name and their country and whereabouts in their country that they're from.
Hello guys, my name is Quentin Fantoli. I come from Switzerland. I'm 24, so in the 20-24 age group category. Honestly, the weather is beautiful. We have been transforming a triathlon to a duathlon. It was my first one. I had a lot of pleasure. It was a really tough but nice race. So yeah.
And did you miss the fact that there was no swim? Or do you not mind?
Honestly, for me it was the first time doing an age group race. So it makes a 2 times first time. So that's pretty nice, isn't it? First time duathlon, first time age group. Yeah. So. The swimming part is not my best part for sure, but I mean, it's the game, it's the play. So sometimes there is the swim, like most often, but if there is not, we have to adapt and.
Fantastic. And what made you come to this race? What made you do an age group race? What motivated you?
That's a very interesting question. So I've just finished my studies and I wanted to pursue a personal project. So right now it's my second triathlon season, so I'm still discovering a lot of races. I've been doing the half Ironman in Aix-en-Provence 2 weeks ago, and the goal for me for this season is really to discover all this world of triathlon, right? As you might know, when you finish your studies, you don't have that much money, therefore I was looking for some sponsorship, and it was a nice project as well to figure out how to leverage funds, find money just to come here and to race. So I'm really thankful and grateful for all the sponsors that are following me on this season.
Fantastic, and we're calling this the Nation Stars Tour because you are a star of your nation. Do you have a message to your family here, or do you have a message to them at home?
For sure, I have a family here. My dad is just over there. But my mom is at home, my girlfriend as well, my family, and honestly, like they are the one who accompany me every day, and they are the one that are making me sticking to pursue my goal, my objective. So I'm fully thankful. If I have one big message, is dare to try. Dare to try. That's really my motto for this season. Therefore, I'm here, and I'm really wishful that people dare to try.
Fantastic. And is your father? Does your father speak English?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dad, come. Yeah.
Hello. 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 Tell us your name, and you're the father.
Okay.
The camera here. Tell us your name.
Pascal.
Pascal.
Yes,
Pascal. Pascal, what is it like to have a triathlete in the family?
No speak English.
Okay.
I was thinking that he was better speaking English, but it's coming. I think next year for the age group race he will be better speaking English. But I think, honestly, having a triathlete at home is like having, how to say, someone to care, but who isn't that much here, you know. You are always going to training, coming back late, so they are supporting me with logistical part. Also, you know, the food and everything. That is a lot helpful.
Enjoy. Good to meet you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
Vive la Suisse. Bravo, bravo. Okay. One more. Yeah, I'm looking round to see if we have one more person, but it will be. I don't know whether you can see on the camera. There is the camera panning round the recovery area. There are hundreds of athletes now in the recovery area, all sharing stories. This is the amazing thing of triathlon. You talk about your race afterwards. You may compete with each other during the race, but everybody shakes hands afterwards, and is all part of the journey and all part of enjoying the fantastic event and the well-organised event that we have here in Madrid, and I'm not sure that we're. The next event on the Nation Star Tour is in Menon, which is the long-distance event, and so please, if you are thinking of doing an event, make sure you get your name, ask your national federation to put you forward. And I think we might have one last interviewee. And so we have a guy from Belgium.
Hello.
And we've got a guy from Belgium just joining me. And tell me who you are and where you're from and how was your race today.
I'm from Belgium, obviously. From Namur. The race was very fast. It was hard. Yeah, very hard.
And would you have preferred a duathlon or a triathlon?
I would prefer a triathlon for sure, because I think I could make a difference in the water, but it is what it is. I have always... Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
The duathlon was good.
Okay, perfect. And you prefer a beer, really?
Yeah, for sure. It's 2 months I have not drink a beer, and from Belgium, that is very important to drink some beer. So, prost.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And just to wrap up here, we have hundreds of athletes who've got smiling faces coming through the finish line. It is phenomenal to be here. There's a real buzz of a lot of people who've enjoyed themselves, albeit that the distance was changed from a triathlon to a duathlon. But it is amazing. They're all stars. They're all stars of their individual nations, and these are the guys who make the sport of triathlon. They race in their 5-year age bands. We don't mind in triathlon when we get older, because we go up an age from the 39 to 40. You're the youngest in your next age group, and so it adds an extra. You're the youngster, and you can compete against older people. But it is great. There's a massive amount of work that goes on to build this, but these people are the ones that count, the ones that come along, they pay their entry fee, they come in their hundreds to the event, and they make such an atmosphere that I can see flags of every nation in Europe, around here, and and they're all there's so many of them that are walking across in front of the camera now. But so I'm wrapping up from here and handing you back to some video finishing. And thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one.
Y Colin Bailey. Enhorabuena.